Today I have a great pleasure to talk to two of my guests, Dr. Massimo Zacchini from Research Institute on Terrestrial Ecosystems and National Research Council in Italy, and Dr. Paweł Jarosiewicz from European Regional Center for Ecohydrology of Polish Academy of Sciences. It's so nice to have this possibility to talk to you. So please, maybe let's start with a question connected with your research. Why, in your view, it is so important to take care, especially nowadays, of the sustainable use of resources and natural solutions for water and soil decontamination and production of healthy agricultural products?
So, for too many years, the model of the production process was based by as a linear model, without taking care of the fate of the waste. The results of this choice are, we have experienced the results of this choice in everyday life, from pollution of the air, or pollution of soil, and the natural resources. And of course, we have to change this kind of approach. And in fact, in recent years, fortunately, the awareness about the need to change this model has grown, has risen. And in fact, it is of growing interest, a new model of production that is a circular way of production. And it is called, in fact, circularity model or circular production. And when it uses biological tools, it is called bioeconomy. And of course, this bioeconomy needs a strong to grow and to really change our way to live and product. Need a strong support from the research and the scientists, and we have the role, we should have the role to support this change by providing information, data, and the biotechnological approaches to ameliorate our way to product, and so to stop this this way of use the natural resources that are limited, and so we cannot no more use these resources as well as in this time or in the past, and also to ameliorate, to improve the quality of our environmental matrices like water and soil. So this is our role, our important, as I can say, responsibility for the success of this process, this new era, as you can say.
So it's a support of our everyday life, simply, and as far as I could understand, it's essentially important in our everyday life. So.
Yes, indeed. If I may now, I mean, this is very perfect what Massimo told. I like always to refer to the global picture. There is a recent study about the planetary boundaries that we are developing this concept in the last decades. And as the researchers have found, in these planetary boundaries, it means the field on our planet where we can safely operate as the humanity, they found that already in several of those fields we crossed the safety lines and we are now in the red zones. We know the climate change effect that we are impacting.
Yeah.
We know the biodiversity decline. We know that we alter the cycles of nutrients, including carbon, phosphorus, nitrogen, very important for agriculture. And we know also that we are heading closely to the limit of water resources. And this is particular in my field. that we observe a huge global water crisis now. Every year we are using 1% more of water resources. This crisis is being deepened by the climate change. It means that unprecedented heavy storms, very drastic events related to the weather, the droughts, which everything together puts a big pressure on this most precious resource as we have on our planet, that is sustaining our living. And this is referring very closely to agriculture, because in general, most parts of the world, agriculture is #1 consumer of water. And on the other hand, unfortunately, this current model, as Massimo referred, this linear model of agriculture is also one of the biggest polluters of water. So we can fortunately reverse those processes with one element, which is the circularity from the agriculture point of view. And from the second point is the water management. And here what we need and what we will talk about during the workshop that we have today are the nature-based solutions that we can apply for water quality and quantity management to support the agricultural systems on our planet.
And the workshop you were referring to is a part of your quite long cooperation, isn't it? How it all started, if you may, in short.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Well, I met two researchers from the University of Łódź in Poland and of the Polish Academy of Sciences in Łódź at the Congress in Crete, bioremediation conference. And we started to discuss about common interest because we share a common approach to the theme or to the topic of bioremediation, the use of natural solution for approaching and trying to solve environmental problems, environmental challenges like environmental pollution, for example. And so we met again at another conference, and then we started to collaborate. Those researchers came into my institute, profited by a grant, if I remember well, by the Polish government. And then we joined and we successfully applied for a bilateral project, Polish Academy and CNR, and now the Polish Agency for Research and the Ministry of International Affairs of Italy. And so the collaboration began and is ongoing with success because we have experiences or a lot experimental activity and applying for a European project. So it's very active and very rewarding.
For me, the story is very similar. I mean, the conferences are the places where usually scientists meet and then they share the common interest of studying research. Additionally, I was part of the Intergovernmental Hydrological Program of UNESCO, the big agenda that is linking water researchers all over the world. And this is the place I met my first collaborator, which is Dr. Stefano Fazzi from Water Research Institute of CNR. And this was the link. Then we met on some conferences and the story came to the same order of places, like in case of Massimo. Now we have a great support we discovered in this Polish Academy of Sciences station in Rome. Yeah. That today we are having a workshop at this beautiful place in the center of Rome, thanks to the help of this unit of academia.
And if I may ask, how the cooperation is going? Are you feeling well when it comes to cooperation? Are you going along well together? Or maybe there are some differences like between Poland and Italy when it comes to project management or working in a project. I think it might be interesting for our panel.
Yes, as I said, the collaboration is ongoing satisfactorily. Not from my side, but I also from the Polish side, and I enjoy this. So, and yeah, we are currently fruitfully collaborating. We complement each other because in our case, I am and my group are plant physiologists, they are more biochemists or microbiologists, so we can complement our approach. And so the team is working well, is well balanced, and so we have a fruitful experience that is ongoing because we are currently applying for a new project, for example, Canalito project, that is a joint project between NAWA and the MAECI, the Ministry of International Affairs in Italy, and so sounds good.
Yeah, also you have the same experience.
Yes, my experiences are very positive. I mean, I love to visit Rome, to visit Italy, to collaborate with my colleagues from CNR. I mean, every time I arrive, I discover something new, some new possibilities. Like we met with Massimo after some time I came here, and we had also this common interest in research. And I think we share a very similar culture of work. I mean, we work very hard. I don't know if this is the case of researchers in general, but I believe that when we have the projects together, we know always that partners are pushing hard to
No nights, no weekends.
I think we try to find the balance, but in the academia and the research, it's always difficult.
Of course. Your future plans, apart from the project you were talking about?
Yeah, we are writing some papers, and of course the experiments are ongoing, and also Polish research that will be here at the moment to attend the workshop. And yeah, we recently published a paper on the solution to the environmental pollution associated to very toxic substances like PFAS, petrolchemical substances that spread in our environment. And I think that we have a positive future in front of us because the collaboration is very rewarding, no? And so we are very happy to continue because also we have a common approach. We have a common approach, as Paweł said. So it sounds very well. Yeah.
Would you like to add something?
Indeed, I share the same point of view with Massimo. And now we are discussing even exchange of students. We came to that point of our collaboration. We start some programs like Erasmus Mundus together with colleagues from Italy. And I believe that's a perfect point also to start sharing the knowledge that we are accumulating in our research with students and other people.
Yeah, I forgot to say that also in our case, we hosted in the past PhD students from Polish Academy and University of Łódź, and yeah, so it was a very strong relationship.
In so many levels, which is wonderful. My last question is a little bit more personal, and it's more to Zacchini. Because I know that you are in Rome and you visit Rome quite frequently, but have you visited Poland? And what's your impressions about our country? Did you like it?
Yeah, of course. It's a funny thing because I visited Poland 3 times. And the funny thing is I was invited by 3 different institutions, all located in Łódź. So I visited only Łódź.
For that?
For now, okay, I want to have the possibility to visit other parts of Poland that I know that are very, very, very beautiful. And so, first I was invited by the Polytechnic University, which thanks to Professor Jarosiewicz, and to be a lecturer in a PhD course in 2019. And it was a cold winter, so my first impression was a cold winter, and not easy for me. No? And other 2 times I visited in Poland, but in Łódź, invited by the biological faculty of the University of Łódź, thanks to Anna Wielbiszka and Professor Kruk, who was the former dean. Thank you so much. And the last one, just in the last year, was in the UNESCO Center Hydrology, when I met Paweł, and thanks to Magdalena Baniak, that she will present and she will attend the workshop. And my impression was very positive, and apart from the research aspect that we talked before, and I really appreciate so much the way in which they were transforming the old buildings that once hosted the textile industry, very flourishing textile industry, and they transformed, maintaining, preserving the structure, and not only for commercial uses, with also successful, as I can say, model like manufacturer, but also in a research center, museum. There is a wonderful textile museum that I visited, and also institution. So I can say that I like the red bricks of Łódź very much, and of course I like very much also the Rome.
Yes, of course. Our museum is also very good, as well as Italian, of course. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure for me. I keep my fingers crossed for your research and for the cooperation. It's very fruitful, as I can see. Thank you. Have a great workshop today.
Thank you.
Grazie mille.
Grazie.